Yo, what it do, man? This is GrindFace and a therapist, man. I'm Dimitrius, and this is
Saniyyah.
we've been together for 28 years, married for 23 or 22, but who's counting? On this episode 9, man, we're gonna talk about business, man, and purpose. Purpose and business. We ain't come up with the title yet, but we're gonna figure that out on the way. So as you know, me and Saniyyah both got our own businesses legally, basically. So
Why
take
did
it
you
away.
throw in legally?
Because people feel like you're an entrepreneur, you got to be doing some criminal shit. Before be like back in the day, to say you was an entrepreneur, people always be like, "Oh, you must be a drug dealer." You know what I'm saying? So now it's a
I
new
don't remember
wave.
that.
It's a new wave now that it's being cool to be an entrepreneur. But see, a lot of people don't understand the point of building a business and a hustle. It's two different things. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
A hustle is basically I'm gonna milk the money out of it and not worry about what's going to do next year. And the business is like you trying to build for years to come.
I think the difference between a hustle and a business is just what you said. A hustle is a person is going to move from one hustle. Well, there's two different types of hustlers. A go-getter could be a hustler, like grind face on your grind. That's a hustler, right? You always hustling to make the moves to make.
No,
But
I wouldn't say hustling. I'm not hustling because you know what I'm saying.
what is that?
Hustling, people take it because when I first started grind and hustle, it got like a bad stigma to it. That people feel like
Depends on who's saying it.
feel like, oh, you out here hustling. Oh, that means you out here doing some illegal activities and stuff.
But I could never complete a thought.
Because you take too long to go around it. Because you was trying to say
I was
basically I'm
no.
husling. I'm not
That's not
hustling.
what I was saying. I wasn't even talking about you. But
But go
I
ahead,
can't
finish,
I
'cause
can't complete a thought.
we could
Which
rewind
is
it. You
which
was
is
saying I
so
was over here
crazy
hustling.
that you do this because if we talking in real life, sometimes you don't even say anything. If like I guess it depends on the conversation. But you swear I cut you off, but it's evident who cuts who off. I wasn't even going. What I'm saying, hustling could be a good thing. Like if somebody depends on who's using the term. Hustling could be like, oh, this person is grinding, like they're really out there hustling. I get what you're saying. It does have a negative connotation to it, but it also have a positive message behind it too, depending on what context you're using in it. But anyways, going back to what I was saying. What I was saying with a hustler is going for one hustle to the next. This year I'm doing this, next year I'm doing this, then I'm doing this, then I'm doing this. I think when you're building a business or building an empire, you're staying building brick by like an Amazon, like a Apple, like a Steve Jobs, they stuck with it
Yes,
year
yes.
after year after year after year. They didn't pivot like
No,
today is grind
you
face.
could pivot, but it's still under that same umbrella.
No. When I say pivot, I'm saying to a whole different type of business.
Yes, yes.
It's a
I wouldn't say
difference.
that's pivot though. That's just switched it all up on you.
Yeah, I would say that because we do pivot
Because
and
I
pivot.
pivot. You know what I'm
Yeah, we
saying?
when you got to always go back to the drawing board in business, and I would tell people this all the time. Business class, I know people that have degrees in business and they offer degrees in business, but a degree school does not teach you business. Application being in a business teaches you business because this is what happens in business. You have a business, you start a business, you think it's going to flow, then there's a barrier, there's an obstacle. That obstacle comes up. Then you got to put out that fire, you have to find a solution. Few months go by, another obstacle comes up. These are things that when you're in class, it's not going to teach you because in reality, in business, you don't know what obstacle is going to come up. And so building a business and being consistent is key because over time, you'll have a Google, you'll have an Amazon, you'll have a TikTok, you'll have a GrindFace. You know what I mean? You'll have sustainable businesses that are multi-million, billion-dollar companies versus going from hustle to hustle to hustle. But it depends on who you are and what you're trying to build. Some people just in it for right now.
Yes.
Make their coins, get it for right now. And then you have some people that are longevity that are in it for the long run, is trying to basically build a legacy.
Agree. Yes. So people probably thinking like, well, who is y'all to speak on business? And a lot of
Who
things
am I
is,
to speak on business?
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the viewers out there. You know, you don't got the haters.
But this
Because
is the
people, hold
thing.
on, because even people feel like, because I got this a lot. I'm not really a legit business because I don't have a building.
A brick and mortar.
But yet, that means what they call
That's just smart on overhead.
Yeah, my overhead is zero and my profits is way high, and
I don't
people
think you
don't
should be saying
understand
that
it.
all on here.
You know what I'm
Though.
saying?
They
So
don't need
it's
to know
like
that.
people really feel like because you don't have a business, an address, a location, you ain't really a business. You know what I'm saying?
That's dumb. With everything that's going on
You're not
online now,
professional, even if you're not
I think if you
professional.
don't have a website, you're not professional. But to say you don't have um a walk-in building, I mean, it depends on what you do. Some things you need a building. Like I need a building, obviously, right?
Hold on. I gotta tell this story real quick. I had took some pictures a while back at this event. So everybody's like, "Oh my God, who took your pictures? They are such beautiful. They look professional." I said, why I'm not professional? Because you know what I'm saying? The my skill of my work doesn't take away from me having a location and me promoting I'm a photographer everywhere. Doesn't take away from my skills, but people look at it like, "Oh, you're not professional because everything about me is not photographs." You know what I'm saying? So people kind of downsize you when they feel like you ain't got a building.
Well, I think that's just ignorance, And at the end of the day, what you think of me doesn't matter about my business skill set because the proof is in the pudding. It's in the numbers. But anyways, going back, I gotta backtrack real quick though.
You always backtracking.
I gotta backtrack because I don't think we made something clear when we said hustling. Because somebody listening to this can say, "Well, that is entrepreneur. They're setting up business. I have multiple businesses where you set up one, have another business." I'm saying hustling. I'm not talking about somebody that has a standing building
Don't have no passion
business.
in it.
No, they have a business and then they started another and all these. I'm saying they start a business, they quit that business, start another business, quit that business, start another. I'm not talking about people that have multiple businesses and starting up new businesses.
Making your business is making money and you started something else. That's
Right.
what you're saying.
Right. So that's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about people that legitimately just they're in it for the hustle for the moment. I believe in a successful business, and this is just my belief, you have to have a passion in it. Because this is the thing, if you don't have a passion in what you're doing, it's not going to last long.
It's gonna feel like work.
It's it's going to feel like work, and it's not going to be long term because you're not going to want to do it. I could just speak for myself. What I do it, I would do it anyways. I've done it before I had a business. And I think that's why it was long lasting. My first business, I Serve LLC, it didn't last because I had no passion in it. It was a hustle for me. It was for me to generate income. And I try to work it and work it and work it. And then I was like, forget it. And I said, forget it because it wasn't something that I genuinely cared about. Now, everything that I'm doing now, I'm going to keep doing it because I genuinely care about it. Like my books ain't been a number one seller, but that hasn't stopped me from writing books because I genuinely care about it. The mental health business, I genuinely care about it. So when you pick a business, when you want to start a business, I always think you should start from a place of passion because that is what's going to determine longevity.
But what if I don't know my passion? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, how do I figure out my passion? It's a question.
Oh, I didn't know if it was rhetorical or whatever,
I
but
don't use rhetorical.
rhetorical. No, so passion.
It's something you enjoy doing without getting paid. I
No.
would say it falls in that guideline. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you said how the person know what their passion is. I think a person knows, like, okay, I never knew that I knew my purpose. And many times, just like what you just said, the pictures look professional, but you did them. So they was basically minimizing it because it was you, right?
Yes.
Many times we already have our passions. Like I was a writer from the time I was fifth grade. We had to do a haiku poem. Fell in love with poetry. I always say poetry was my first love. Was writing screenplays. Remember high school writing screenplays? Wanted to make movies. Wrote a book in the 8th grade.
I just remember the long ass letters you wrote me.
I used to write you poems, but I was always a writer. Needless to say, so the passion was always there. I was always a go-to person. People always came to me for advice. I was always the leader within my group of friends, always. But I didn't know that was a gift. I didn't know that was something I could utilize to monetize because for me, it came so easy. I didn't see it as something that was of importance. So many times people ask the question, what is my passion? You already have your passion. You already are walking in your passion. You're already pretty much walking in your purpose. I don't think you just connected the dots.
And once you connect them dots, it's
It's
over.
the game is over.
So
When
that's just the
the
issue of
game is over.
connecting them
When
dots.
God showed me my life, my purpose in life was to provoke thought, to change the behaviors of people. I wake up with a plan every day. And that's the thing too. I think when you know your purpose, you wake up intentional. You wake up with something to do. When you don't know your purpose in life, it's like driving with no map. You don't know where you're going, so you end up anywhere. When you have a purpose and you know your purpose, you're intentional. And I will say that for me, when I began to know my purpose, everything from that day forward, everything was intentional.
And she know her purpose. And as for me, I really still don't know my purpose. I'm still trying to connect them dots. You know what I'm saying? So
I think everybody's
it's
journey is different.
I'm not saying it's easy to find your purpose, yes, because at the end of the day, I'm still trying to find my purpose. It's hard, but I do agree with her, because if you once you find it, it will blossom.
I've been on
You
go
know what I'm
ever
saying?
since.
So I'm a witness to her blossom of her purpose, and now I'm just still trying to find my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing so I can monetize it off. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing it right now.
I don't. Uh,
You've always been
I
a
don't
leader.
know. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like my whole business, my brand, I enjoy like branding and marketing and stuff like that. But like, I don't think that's my purpose. I don't know. But I like to pour into people. I like to share information. But
What you're doing now.
I still don't know my purpose. So
This is the thing too. Self-doubt always kicks in. Just like I said, I never knew my purpose because the things that came so easy to me, I didn't think they were of importance because it was easy for me, I just assumed everybody could do it.
then I'm looking at it too, because
And that's what he's doing right now.
I'm looking at it is like, because I take it, because if it wasn't social media, internet, then my purpose be gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
So
I
what are
have
we
doubt
doing right now?
of what is exactly my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because if you take a certain element out, you be lost. You know what I'm saying? Like say you say your purpose is trucking and driving,
I don't think that's a purpose. I think that's a job.
but you enjoy driving. So now you build a business behind because you enjoy driving.
But that's
what
not
if
a
it wasn't
purpose.
driving
That's
around?
a job. That's a
Okay,
role.
well, explain the purpose, because I'm
You,
lost
you,
too.
you
Shit,
didn't hear did what I just said. I said my purpose.
not your purpose. Explain a purpose.
I'm going to tie it to my purpose and I'm going to explain the purpose. When I just said my purpose in life is to provoke thought, to change the minds of people.
So
I don't need
provoke thought is your purpose.
to basically to get you to think, to make you then think about your behavior to change it, right?
Okay.
You've always been a leader. You're very knowledgeable. People, this is the thing about him. Sometimes people don't take him serious because he plays so much. And then when you see him on social media,
I enjoy the laugh. I
he's
enjoy
always,
laughter.
which is always,
Laughter is cool.
he's always been humorous over stuff that I'll be like, okay, that ain't even funny. But he's always been a jokester ever since I met him, to the point where sometimes I used to think he used to play too much. So that is his personality. But if you get with him on a one-on-one conversation or really get into a conversation with him, very knowledgeable and very deep. Very knowledgeable about relationships, about marriage, about business, about a lot of different things. Always been a leader. Always. It would be crazy to me because people would always follow him. Like GrindFace. People get, I mean, think about it. Who could start up a company and have people getting tattoos of GrindFace? He has that type of influence over people that is like unheard of. Like, you think I'm about to go get somebody's company logo tattooed on me, but that's just how he's always been like that. He's been an influencer since we were kids. People would just do stuff because he was doing it. That's a purpose within itself. But then you have to understand, if God has given me this platform to be able to allow people to follow me, what am I supposed to be feeding them? I know I'm not supposed to be feeding them anything negative or bad. I know whatever I'm supposed to be feeding them is to elevate them and make them grow.
And I think that's why I started the podcast of this, of they could get some insight, information. But I can't say it's my purpose though. That's what I'm saying. That purpose, I don't know. I just see something so much
I
bigger
just,
of. But I guess
but purpose is
me
simple.
delivering information could be my
Listen,
purpose.
if I provoke thought to people in my house, I'm fulfilling my purpose. When I go out my house and do it to the clients, that's extra. I'm fulfilling my purpose. When I go to these schools for mental health assemblies, I'm fulfilling my purpose. When I write a book and somebody reads it and their mind is changed, I'm fulfilling my purpose. If I meet somebody at the grocery store and I provoke thought to make them think about their behavior, I'm walking in purpose. We keep thinking purpose is this big.
I think that's what's the problem.
Yeah,
is.
we're overthinking it because there's people that are going to be local, there's people that are going to be global, but everybody's purpose is not the same. If I touch one person and I got them to change their behavior based on me provoking thought, I did my job. So when we talk about purpose, you're making it this grant because you're already in purpose. When somebody, I'm telling you, can go and tattoo your business logo, what do you have influence?
So, but that's what I'm saying. What am I supposed to be sharing? That's where I'm.
You on the
at.
podcast right now. What are you
sharing?
supposed to be pouring into people?
I don't know.
I know years ago you told me you
lost.
wanted to do marriage conferences, which I think you give great advice. I don't know about the blended family stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think you need to be healed from that before you give anybody some advice on blended families. But in terms of you're already walking in it, you're overthinking in it. Can it be, sculpted and what is the word I'm looking for? Polished some more? Absolutely. My purpose could be polished some more.
Everybody could be polished every day.
Exactly. So start with
so
this podcast.
Stop overthinking it and just tap into something I guess you do daily without you even knowing. You know what I'm saying? And that might be
people call him all day on social media asking for his number for information. He's the information guy. What do you mean? You're a resource.
Well, I guess that's it. I'm a resource. Get that on my shirt. I'm a resource.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a resource. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, so I'm just trying to let that be clear to y'all. It's not easy to find your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Some people could find it and they could blossom, and some people we still struggle with it. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to tap in and really, I guess, some people meditate, some people pray, some people smoke a blunt. And just find that inner thing that you enjoy doing.
We're not smoking blunts to find the inner, stop.
No, some people do. I mean, whatever connects you within you, whatever connects you to you.
First of all, whatever connects you, it ain't.
You know what I'm saying?
They probably gonna get tired of me with the spiritual stuff, but I don't care because it's not about connecting with you. It's about connecting with God because you don't give yourself purpose. God does.
Well, I can't talk from, and that's why I can't tap into my purpose because I ain't asked God yet. Shit.
Well, maybe you need to.
Hey, ask God for me.
No,
send that shit
that's
to me.
And you know what? That's true too. So let me tell y'all the journey of me basically tapping into my purpose. So this dude, he was doing graphics at the time. We had a company, Highly Held Productions, and see, this is a
hustle for me.
So this is what people know. You had graphic design,
but all my graphic work was hustles for me.
Okay, but Highly Held Productions was kind of going into the way of GrindFace. We just didn't know it. It was kind of the same situation. This is the thing, though. Going back to people don't want to listen. These businesses are not our first businesses. So let's just say that we've had multiple businesses and failed in business, and not even failed, understood what it takes in business. And what I've learned in business, again, without no passion, there's no longevity. Now, going back to what I was originally saying, he was a graphic designer. He was thriving doing all this stuff. I was a stay-at-home mom. Now, mind you, I was always a writer. I didn't know I was a speaker yet. I found out I was a speaker like in my 20s. We had to do a group project. And all my classmates was like, hey, you speak, you're the best speaker. And I thought they was gassing me up because they didn't want to speak. It was a communications class. Like, nah, they like, nah, you speak better than everybody in the group. And I spoke, killed it. We got, out of 100, we got 110. Then all the members at church had to teach a Bible study. Taught a Bible study, killed it. And I was shocked and surprised, like, whoa, you know what I mean? And that's when I started tapping into like I could speak. Like I always knew I was a writer. That was like always knew I wanted to be a CEO. I never wanted to work for someone because I was always a leader. Leaders, like you're gonna attract what you are. And if you don't understand the dynamic in our relationship, we were both leaders growing up, is why we are so connected in many ways. We have so many similarities and some that are different. Um, but I remember looking at him, and it's crazy how even in marriage, how the journeys can be so different, how you could start at the same time, but be in two different places in your marriage. And so he's thriving and he's doing, graphics, and I'm still trying to figure out, I'm stay-at-home mom.
She talking about thriving. I was hustling.
But in my eyes, remember, just like the last podcast, everybody can be in the same experience and have different perspectives. In my mind, I'm looking at his talents and blown away like this dude is good, not even realizing that I have talents, overlooking my talents, but looking at him and like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And feeling empty and not knowing who I am because I'm watching him in my mind thriving with his talents. And so I remember like trying to get jobs and like getting frustrated because I couldn't get jobs. But do you remember this? When I told you and I was praying and I could never get a job. And I told, what I tell you?
I'm trying to get to remember it part.
What God told me.
I don't know. Oh, just take rest because you're gonna be working your ass
God
off.
told me. He didn't say it like that. But and I told him, I said, God told me that I need to rest when I was looking for a job because it's gonna be a coming time when I don't have time to rest. And when I say that came to fruition, that's crazy. But anyways, I remember praying and crying out because I went and enrolled back into school to get my bachelor's. And I was crying and I was asking God, like, what did you create me to do? Because this is how I felt. He would be at work. We got this company, Highly Held Productions. We have Mayo Designs. She's doing designing. I'm trying to be an asset, and I'm really seeing how I fit into the picture of his company, of our company. So he put me a spiritual advisor because, what else would I do?
That goes back to our other episode titles. She needed a title. So
no, I didn't ask for a title. I don't know why he did that.
Spiritual advisor.
So for me, shit. I'm lost, right? And I'm really, at home. And I thank God for having the opportunity to be at home with my kids. But back then it was just like, I felt like I didn't have a purpose. Like all I am is just a mom and a wife, like stay at home. Like, what is that? And so I was really hard on myself and I really began to feel like I didn't have any meaning. And I remember praying and enrolling into school the night before Saturday night, enrolling back into a bachelor's program. Sunday morning, I go to church. We're in this leadership class and it's talking about purpose. So after that praise and worship, I'm like literally crying, like, God, like, what is my purpose? Like, this is like, I'm numb to this. Like, I love being a wife. I love being a mom, but what did you create me specifically to do? And I remember just crying. After praise and worship, I went to the bathroom to wash my face. And this woman, her name was Minister Lynn, she came in the bathroom and she started ministering to me. Now, mind you, I hadn't told anybody anything I was praying about, what I was consulting with God about, not even him. And she comes and she tells me, she said, now, mind you, my undergrad is in criminal justice. I actually wanted to be a lawyer. And then I pivoted because when I got into my bachelor's program, the night before I enrolled, I kept thinking, am I supposed to go into law school or am I supposed to basically be a counselor? Because I didn't even connect the therapist terminology yet. But peep this, she comes in the bathroom and she says, God is telling me that you're supposed to go back to school, because I was feeling guilty. Like, did I just enroll in school without consulting God? She said, you're supposed to enroll back in school. And she said, I don't see you stopping at your bachelor's. I see you getting your master's. I see this, and this. And she said, I see you being a counselor. Now, mind you, therapists weren't even on my radar at this point. Didn't even really understand the concept of therapy or what it even was. And when she told me that, I was like, okay, cool. So when I finished my bachelor's, then I went to get my master's, so forth. And basically to say that that moment when she told me and confirmed everything that God has already shown me the night before, I started pursuing purpose like never before. And I hadn't stopped since then. That was 2010.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry for that. She'd like to take the long way. You know what I'm
Whatever.
saying? So basically,
That was a long story.
yeah, you stretched that one out. I was
I was
like,
just telling a story.
you was getting paid for the minutes or something. Like, yeah, keep it going.
I can't even be great. Like, can I just share without being ridiculed? And
Goodness,
man, on a time
'cause
restraint,
I had 3 thoughts in my mind, but I
you
forgot
should have
them
wrote
now.
them down.
It was like, dang, is she gonna cut it off? And just when I was about to say
Look,
something,
I'm
like,
telling
you go
us.
on.
Listen.
But you be giving
You
them
know the
pauses,
story.
and so it's like,
Because
do I jump in now? Then
I have
it's
to.
like you
Okay,
take a deep breath.
I have to think. Y'all really don't understand the mind of a writer. Like, seriously, like when I tell you I can have 5, 10 different thoughts and points going in my head all at once, and then trying to figure out which one do I grab to elaborate. And that's what I'm saying. Like, my mind, my typing and my mouth cannot keep up with
So
how many thoughts go through my
So
mind and
you
ideas.
basically telling the people the fastest way to tap into your purpose is to tap into God.
Where's the coin?
Oh, right there.
There you go.
But what if people ain't tapped into God? I mean, that seemed like a you know what I'm saying? That seemed like a what they call that?
But what is it, the profit of man to gain the world and lose his soul? Because at the end of the day, once you leave here, everything is boils and is all about God.
That's like
So
God holding a corn, a little candy, like, come on. If you want your purpose, you gotta come to me. That's what you're saying.
no, that's not what I'm saying. Because he's not a puppet master. He gives you the option of choice.
But you still could, but basically,
Okay, let me
you
say
still
this.
could find your purpose without going
let
through
me
the
say
route
this.
through God,
Let me
right?
let me say
That's
this.
that's what we really
Let
want
me
to
say
know.
this. Gifts are without repentance, meaning a person can have their gifts without even ever asking.
Then there goes
for
your
them,
answers, y'all.
right?
Yes, you could.
Because you're already walking in your gifting without realizing. You are born with your gifts. A person that's an entrepreneur didn't wake up one day and just say, "Hey, I want to be an entrepreneur."
I was reading something.
It was something that was already in them.
You can't learn to be an entrepreneur.
You
It got to be
can't.
in you.
You
know what I'm
can't.
saying? And I agree that hustle and that determination
Certain
got to
things
be
are
in
just
you.
in you.
Yes.
Certain things you could, okay, like a therapist. I tell people all the time, you have textbook therapists that went to school and they know textbook. Then you have real seasoned therapists that can walk it with their eyes closed, because you cannot teach a person certain skill sets. You can't teach a person to have compassion. I can't teach you that. It's something that has to already be in you. So there's certain things in life
No, you could teach
you cannot teach a person to have compassion. How can I teach you to have compassion?
by
Close
telling
your eyes, listen, cry,
Don't react.
be
Don't be so
empathetic.
angry.
Nah,
Yes.
you cannot teach people to have compassion. That's something that's a feeling and an emotion that you already have to have. You cannot teach a therapist to have compassion for a client. That's why when I hear therapists and they be like, when I worked at the jail and they would make comments like, "Oh, they're criminals," and I'm like, "But you a therapist though? You have no, like, zero compassion for these people?
I think that
You
falls
can't teach that."
Well, I guess it would be compassion, because that falls into that bias of even racist, you know what I'm saying, way they feel like.
It's your heart.
Yeah.
I can't teach your heart to be compassionate. I can't teach your heart that.
So basically tap into what you into and monetize it, I guess, huh? Yeah, I mean, that would be the best business. So you don't feel like you're working. It's doing
I feel
something
like
that you're
that's the
passionate
best.
about, but you could have other businesses that's profitable. You know what I'm saying? But you will feel, I guess, you will feel that work because you don't enjoy doing it.
I don't think you. I don't. Okay, I just think it depends on the person. But look at Steve Jobs. He wasn't a computer guy.
You got the next
And
best person.
no, that was. But listen, people always say like, "But he doesn't know computers." But the Steve Jobs gifting, he was a visionary. of
Hey,
ideas.
the same. That
He
took
was
me
a
back.
visionary.
That took me back to the dude with McDonald's. That McDonald's.
A visionary.
Yeah, they made good burgers, but that
he
dude that
was a
came in.
visionary.
Yes.
Exactly. He was a visionary. I'm a visionary. I could see stuff before. You be like, why you thinking so?
Yeah. I didn't know it was gonna roll back to you gassing yourself up.
Oh my God.
She's a vision. She is a visionary. She liked to dream a lot. I give her that.
I dream or I do?
Visionary. It starts with dreaming.
Because let's put it in context. I see it and I execute.
But you do.
Fact or fiction?
We was younger. You dreamed a lot. Shit. Let's not.
Fact or fiction? Do I execute?
I don't know. I don't see no damn chef in here.
Oh my goodness. You such
So you a dreamer.
capper.
Shit. You ain't a dreamer?
Everything
I
that
don't see no chef in here.
Oh my God.
But you visualize it since you was a kid, right?
We're not done yet, though.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
Listen, in business, everything do I execute?
Yes, you execute.
You see, you a hater. Like, I can't stand a hater that somebody don't, you gassing yourself up. No, in reality, and not even on no arrogance. And stop saying that, because you're gonna be making people think that. What I'm saying is, I've always been a visionary. Always.
The visionary to me is the same thing as a dreamer.
No, it's not. Listen, because a visionary can see things in a business and execute it and monetize in ways that a person don't even comprehend. Because even when I would be telling you stuff, you'd be like, oh, that don't make sense. And then now to see it, it's
that's
like,
the same thing to a dreamer, Saniyyah.
No, a dreamer just dreams.
A dreamer that it takes action, but it's the same thing. Visionary and dreamer is the same thing to me.
Okay, but don't downplay it. But basically, what I'm saying is, years ago,
if you can't see it in your mind, then you no way that you could accomplish it.
For example,
that's the same thing as having a vision.
But it's different. When I say Steve Jobs, it's different. For example, somebody can tell me, oh, I like cars. I can make a whole business plan and a game plan to monetize cars. It's a visionary where you could take and just be thinking, oh, I want an iPod, something that ain't even been heard of yet. That's a visionary where you could see things before the world even understands what it could be.
So we're going to agree to disagree, because that's a dreamer also.
Nah, a dreamer's a dreamer. They don't execute.
No. Say who?
Let's look it up. I like definitions. I like definitions.
That depends on the person.
No, it depends on the definition.
You could also be a visionary and don't get shit done. You know what I'm saying? But you could talk. Visionary. You could talk the game. It's the same thing. Visionary, dreamers, it's the same thing.
Okay, he's right.
Exactly.
So a visionary
get a coin. Shit, thank you.
Is a person thinking about or planning the future with imagination or wisdom. A visionary.
There we go.
Relating to or able to see visions in a dream or trance or as a supernatural. So he's right.
Y'all see how that argument was about to start and she was wrong?
He was right.
I need an apology.
A visionary is someone with a strong vision of the future.
Thank you. Man, I love to be right. Even if I was wrong, I still was gonna hold on tight.
Okay, so he was right. But because most people think dreamers are people that don't execute. And visionaries,
to me, that's a wishful thinker.
Oh yeah, that's
you know
okay.
what I'm saying? That's a nigga wishful thinking. Like, nigga, shut up. You wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I wish some money fall out the sky. Get out of here.
But Dimitrius is also a visionary.
I don't know.
You know things ahead of time. You be talking about
in my lane. Yeah. As like, you know what I'm saying? In my lane, what I know, but like outside my lane, I don't know. I don't think so. Because I would say a visionary, he could jump in multiple areas because he got that imagination in his head that he could scope up something of boom and bring it all together.
That's
me,
true.
I could say I could get all the information I know in my field and put it in something together. But when you start talking other fields, I'm like, I'm about to go back over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't take that coin to visionary. Sorry.
Okay, so we do the ha ha.
Yeah, you get the ha ha.
No, you get it.
You get the ha ha. Yeah, she's trying to gas me up and say I'm
not trying to gas him up. Like in all reality, like my husband.
I know what I know, and I stay away from what I don't know.
He's very, very, very talented in so many ways.
So basically this show was about business purpose. How could people tap in their purpose?
I think
and
people already
monetize
know
it.
their purpose.
And,
You
and
make it into a business.
and
But then that goes back. Okay. That goes back. Because we keep saying business and monetize. So I just want to say this real quick. We said everybody is not an entrepreneur, is not in them, right? But then this day and time, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. They want to monetize everything. Some things are just not for you, and that's okay. You got to know what's for you.
your position.
Not even your position.
But everybody ain't meant to be the boss.
Everybody's not meant to be the boss. Everybody, you have to know what is best for you. Because we're talking about business. And so people just, well, I guess that was the conversation. But in terms of purpose, your purpose may not ever be about on. Yeah.
Yes.
So you got to tap into what is for you.
Yes. Thank you. Because you just take it even like we take it to basketball so y'all can relate. Everybody's not Michael Jordan. You might be a Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? A BJ
I don't
Armstrong.
even want to. No.
You might be a great, but no, it's not. Because sometimes you could be a great wingman.
No,
you could assist the person.
I think everybody's Michael Jordans. And
oh, there you go. Then everybody get a participation trophy too. Like, come on now.
Everybody do get a participation trophy in life. Everybody is a Michael Jordan, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because society says if you do this, you're bigger than this. But the CEO and the janitor are one and the same.
No, you're taking it to a whole different level.
Listen,
you're taking it to a. I'm saying some people.
I get what you're saying.
Some people's great as the wingman. They help the person. You know what I'm saying? You taking it as I'm.
But everybody's not a wingman, is what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. So there's no difference between the person that takes out the trash and the person that runs the company. Because both are needed. And that's the problem with people don't understand.
Yes, it's no different as a human. But nigga, them job titles is a difference. I'm CEO, you the janitor.
No.
It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. No, as a human, I still entreat you as a man.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? I don't treat you like you beneath me, but
listen,
it's different levels in this game. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your position.
It's not levels. I may be the world best babysitter in the world. And I may be the Michael Jordan of babysitters in the world. I'm no less than a business owner. I'm not greater than and that's what I'm saying. So if we all have a chore in this house, right? And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go back to this. Listen to this analogy. When your parents leave the house when you was a kid, if you was a kid with chores, say you got 3 siblings. You had the kitchen, somebody had to take out the trash, somebody had to clean the
you talking this stuff that it doesn't relate to this.
It does.
This is a household and kids.
Listen to what I'm saying. Somebody got to do the living room. Someone got to clean the bathroom. When your parents came back, they don't care who did what.
Exactly. Y'all all kids, but the parents is the king of the goddamn castle. And y'all ain't on the same playing field as the parents.
Listen, can I finish what I'm saying? Can I finish what I'm saying? Your parents only care about the assignment that you completed when they get back. In this world, we all have different positions. We all have different things that our purpose entails. Listen, quit cutting me off. Quit cut to left field. I don't care. Listen, when God comes back, he's not going to look at you had the company, you had to take out the trash, the only thing he's going to care about is if you handle and completed his assignment.
Okay, you talking about God. We talking about shit, some other shit.
No, it's the same thing. No,
we on two different levels.
Thing. No, we just agree to disagree. Agree to disagree.
Look, y'all, let's say you a famous hip hop artist. Oh you the talent. So now you got the security, you got the other people that's basically, they play their role as a unit to help the team grow, but they not the talent. That's what I'm saying. No, you're not beneath that man.
Okay.
You still a man. He still treats you like a man, but your position is different.
Your position is different, but it's no greater, no less.
And that's what I'm saying. It's no greater as a man. It's no greater less. But your position,
everybody can't be the Michael Jordans because you may be the Michael Jordan in your field, but in your lane.
You saying Michael Jordan?
That's what you said.
I said everybody's not Michael Jordan, meaning this is the main act. You got to be the wing guy that also to help perform the main act, become great. Yes, you a great man or whatever.
Everybody's great.
You might be a great wing man, but you're not Michael Jordan. But just play your position and be great at your position.
That's I just don't like the whole.
Everybody can't be Michael Jordan. That's today's problem. Everybody wanted to be the superstar, but instead of helping and play your position, like basically, if you play your position and be superstar in your position, the whole team could be super. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So
We all
nobody
can't
wants
be
to be
Michael
the
Jordan.
janitor.
Like basically,
So nobody wants to be the janitor.
but if you are the janitor, be that great ass damn janitor.
Okay, so
be
they
that
could be the Michael Jordan
of
janitor.
that janitor.
That's my
That's
point.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So you took
That's
it to
what
a
I'm
whole
saying.
other left field, like shit. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you at, be the great at what you do. Stop trying to go for the other guy's job, and then you not even good at his job, but you was a great ass janitor. That's what I'm saying.
And that's my point. I think we're saying the same thing, just in different ways.
Yeah, you took the long route.
No, I went from a spiritual route because I'm serious about that. Like everybody just know what you're supposed to do.
And be great at it.
And
That's
be great
all.
at it.
You
I
know
think
what I'm
many
saying?
times in society makes you think, oh, you got to be
I'm
an
beneath.
influencer. You got to be
Yes.
this. You got to be that. No,
Yes.
do what is best.
And be great
for
at
you.
what you. If you a stay-at-home mom, be a great ass
Stay-at-home
stay-at-home
mom.
I mean, shit, this is where you talent at. So who's to say that you're not? Shit, you're a great stay-at-home mom.
And that's my point. And there isn't anything wrong with it, but you got to know what your purpose is. And that stay-at-home mom, that may be your job to basically pour into them kids.
Mold these kids into to be the next whoever what somebody great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we all know without a strong coming from a strong household, you ain't shit. So
I ain't gonna say that. I mean, I'm gonna say, yeah, retract that, please. I'm gonna just say, you know, you want a sturdy and healthy foundation in the home, but just if you
what
don't
I'm
have
saying,
that,
everybody plays an important part. Don't ever think the where you at in life is not important. That's all I'm saying. It's like, and society would make you feel like, oh, what you do is not important. But hell, if you the janitor at this company and you stop doing your job, the company is going to start smelling like shit. You know what I'm saying? Because who's cleaning up? So everybody plays an important part in everything what you do. You just got to own it. You know what I'm saying?
everybody
Be proud of
plays
what
an
you do.
important part, plays an important part in life, period. And that's why I say everybody's a Michael Jordan. Because look,
I wish you stopped saying that though. Everybody's not a Michael Jordan.
yeah, you're the best you're the best version of yourself.
Yes, let's say that.
You're the best version of yourself.
When you say like everybody's a Michael Jordan, that means everybody get a participation trophy.
Everybody
you
do.
showed up, you played.
Everybody's playing the game of life.
Everybody's
playing the game of life. And I think society, and you're falling into that group of society,
No, I think
makes people feel like they're bigger than the next person.
Let's because that's part of society. Also, with that, everybody get a participation thing because now you're not teaching these kids how to be losers. Some of y'all is losers, and they gotta own that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
my
no,
goodness.
because this is true. When you always teaching the kid that, you did your best. Sometimes we gotta learn how to take a loss. Because if you learn how to take a loss, you would come back stronger.
Listen,
That's how I feel.
if you a loser, there are some people that's losing because they're choosing not to play the game of life. However, if you wake up and decide to be the best version of yourself, you Michael Jordan every day in my book because you're the best version of you.
What they got to do with what I just said?
I don't know,
I
but
don't
I'm
know.
saying what I'm saying.
People, if you lost, accept that L and turn around and get a W. Man, that's all.
And
I
wake
think
up
that builds,
and become
that
the
builds
best version
character.
of yourself.
I think losing, because I lost a lot, it builds character and it builds you that drive to keep on going. But if people lie to you, be like, "Oh, you a winner when you really lost." It's
Like, what do you mean though? If you wake up
because
and be the
let's
best
say you
version of you,
on a baseball team in Little League.
I'm not talking about sports. I'm
and
talking about
everybody,
you,
but
a
we
human.
talking about
Listen, I'm talking about you. So if you wake up and be the best version of you, you a L?
No, if you wake up and be your best and you lost something or you didn't win or accomplish something, it's all right. It's all right to take that L. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people when they fail at something, they get all depressed and all beat up on themselves because they failed. But it's okay to take that fail. That's what I'm saying. Today's society, they try to teach you like if you fail, you a fucking loser and don't try it again. That's what I'm saying. You still lost because you're looking at me like you lost like the hell.
I'm just like, where
everybody take L's. It's all right.
but we talking about two different things, I think is what the issue is.
You always talking about something else. You always go
because my mind, that visionary mind, it goes,
So what I'm saying, if it's okay to fail at something, it's okay to lose at something. Just keep on going. That's what I'm saying.
So in business, so would you say
as business. Let's go at business. I started GrindFace Apparel back in 2011.
Let's go from the first
No,
businesses.
I don't, because I can't remember that far back. Basically, I started GrindFace Apparel 2011. I was booming in the streets, clothes on all artists, but I wasn't making no money.
Does that mean it's a fail though?
To me, it was a fail because that was my whole bottom line of me making money.
But the
So
influence.
me wasn't making no money. I felt it was a failure, but I was too proud. My ego, like I can't quit. I put too much into this. I don't want to quit and walk away. So that's where I pivot and made GrindFace TV. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't quit. I know I was failing. I was taking an L, but I was like, okay, I'm cool with this. I'm not making no money. Whatever. I ain't making no sales.
Was it your ego, or was it basically going back?
No,
to the
my ego.
board?
My ego kept me from quitting. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a quitter. You know what I'm saying? My pride wouldn't let me quit. I'm not a quitter.
You didn't want to be. You didn't want to be proven wrong.
It's not proven wrong. It's just something in me that's like, it's hard for me to quit. Like,
is it? That's what I'm saying. Is it ego or is it determination? Is it drive?
Well, it's probably drive. I don't know. But like I said, I didn't want to quit. But I pivot because I knew I failed. It was failing. You know what I'm saying? But so instead of quitting, I just re-strategized, went back to the drawing board and see what was society going to. And that's when I seen that everybody want to be seen. And I was being real with myself. Like, why do somebody...
You're talking about me real with myself. Okay.
She's trying to distract my powerful message because I am a speaker. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, I'm losing track.
You were real with yourself.
Saniyyah, you done mess my whole... I can't even bless the people now because you made me mess my story up. So I was losing, I was failing, but I was real with myself and told myself like, this is not going to work. And a lot of times people don't want to be real with themselves because then they start digging a deeper hole and now they're getting in depth and everything else because they don't want to be real with themselves. Even going with the artists, you know, you whack.
They don't know they whack. They don't know they whack.
A lot of your family and people don't want to be honest with you and be like, dog, you suck. You should try manage or do something else. Don't be an artist. It's not your lane. But yet people, this go back of people always telling you a winner. It's okay not to be, this is not me. Let me re-strategize. Okay, I can't rap. So let me try to manage. Let me try to be a promoter. Let me try. It's not quitting. It's called pivoting. Restructure your shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I seen that I wasn't making no money. Apparel wasn't my thing. Why do people want to wear GrindFace? They don't know me. I was being real with myself. And
you were being real.
And I made GrindFace TV. And now, you know what I'm saying? I'm booming.
You booming?
I'm booming. You see me on TV, you see me on everything else.
I was saying.
As I pivot, and I was being real with myself that this is
but what if I told you
failure is okay? That's what I'm saying.
So if I told you your stuff sucked, you would have been okay with that?
What my
whatever, because I don't think you would have. I think you would have been mad.
It's not telling me over being if I was an artist or something.
No, just anything.
It's not telling me.
If I was like,
it's not telling me it sucks because sometimes you gotta filter that it sucks. Some people be hating, but all the facts was there. I wasn't making no money. It wasn't no profit. I was losing money.
So do you think as a wife, I should have motivated you or told you? Because I really don't think if I'd have been like, I don't think you
I don't know. I think it's how you delivered it. Because if you would have been like, babe, looking at the numbers, be negative, be losing money.
You would have got frustrated more.
The sales is not coming. You know what I'm saying?
You, Dimitrius, come on. This is a podcast, but I know you. So I took the approach of continuing to motivate you. It's probably what some family members do because I don't think you would have received it.
Who knows?
I know because I know you.
You're assuming.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I wasn't making no sales. I ain't making no sales right now on apparel. But shit, I'm not really pushing and putting money into it either. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to know if it's not working for you, stop pouring into it and just switch it up.
Okay. What business tips would you give?
Business tips I would give, man, is stick to it. If you really believe in it, even though whatever people say and all that, stick to it. And if you're passionate about it, things gonna turn. But if you're not passionate about it, just give it up now. We'll talk.
Hold on, but I want to play devil's advocate. Do you feel like people that are not passionate about what they do still thrive?
Yes. But the thing is, now I gotta work. It's because I worked my whole life. The thing is, it feels much better making money on something you enjoy doing than making money that you don't enjoy doing.
That's true.
And I experienced I was making good money working, but I hated getting up going to work
But
every
what if
morning.
what if the money is the enjoyment?
Then that's just your story. You enjoy it, it's your money. But if you know, I don't know, you asked me a question. I don't know. You got me. You enjoy money. What that mean? Like shit.
Because I'm saying, like, when you're passionate about something, it's not work because you love doing it anyway, and the money is just the extra bonus. But then there are people that are doing things that are not their passion and they're thriving. And like you said,
You
even though they're
chasing money
thriving, huh?
by chasing money.
They're chasing money.
By
But
chasing money, gonna lead you down the wrong path
why?
because it will. By chasing money is gonna lead you to wrong decisions making, and I've been there, done that,
Because everything is about money.
and everything is about money. So you kind of like you start making bad decisions, and that can lead you down a dark road, and that's not a good move. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get the money, it still doesn't provide that peace within
I
yourself.
think when you're doing anything and money driven, it's a bad thing because then you're doing anything to get the money. And then you start, losing integrity behind the money. And then, I'll lie about this for the money. And then it just keeps
Yes,
snowballing.
yes.
Yeah.
You keep chasing
And
because you
so,
chasing the money.
but when you
Yes.
chasing your passion, it's completely different than doing it for the money. Like even sometimes clients come, I let them get service for free. It's a passion. Now, obviously, it's a business. I can't let everybody get services for free because I'll be out of business. But when you're passionate about something, you'll do it no matter what. With money, you're only gonna do so much as
If
how
it's
far as the
money,
money goes. Yeah.
yes, yes. So if there ain't no money in the picture, you ain't see me around. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's bad. That's bad
That's bad business.
because even with business, it's not it's it's let me see. I'm tongue tied. In business, it's not about money. It's about building relationships with people.
Currency.
You know what I'm saying? And that's way more important than making a few dollars off this connection. You know what I'm saying? Being a middleman. But if you build relations with people, I think that's the key element in business. And that's a good tip I'm gonna give y'all right there. I'm gonna give you a coin. It's building relationships. And sometimes I did that without I did services and stuff like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna build a relationship with this person. It's not about the money. I don't need your money because it's not about the money. Let's build. And it turns out into something great. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I also think a business tip I would give is basically just having fun. Like these mental health assemblies are like so fun. Therapy. I'm like in the candy store. It's like having fun. Like even right now, we having this conversation. People may think it suck. People may like it. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me because I'm just having a conversation and enjoying you. Right? Laughing, joking,
Yes.
really having a good time with
And
you.
that's why we 28 years in and you got a baby daddy drama.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Anyways, so what I'm saying is even the views, like that's not my focus because I don't even know how we look at the views
I don't
or
worry
look
about
at
the
the
views at the end of the day
but what
because
I'm
I know.
saying is when you're busy having fun, not only does time pass, but I think there's a different gratification. Like I always say, when you do what you love, the money's just the extra. Because I'm gonna do this anyways. Like even the conversations I have on with Talk with Saniyyah, these is conversations I have with my friends and people all the time. This is like our normal conversation. Now we're just putting on a podcast. And so when you're doing what you love, I just feel like money is just the extra because I'm gonna do this
Yes.
anyways.
Yes. And you don't know what's your seed gonna blossom into. You know what I'm saying? Because even planting these seeds right now is just enjoying and just having fun with each other
And that's what I'm saying. So
as
passion and
a
purpose.
married couple just enjoying activity together. You just look at it like that. Who knows what comes out of it? You
And
never
that's what I'm
know.
saying. I think when you do things like, oh, let's do this podcast for the views and the money, we already doing it with the wrong
Intentions.
intentions. But if I'm doing it and I'm just having a good time because this is what I love to do. And another thing I'm gonna say too, I feel like when you're doing stuff with intentions, I mean, when you're doing stuff
Motive.
with the wrong motive, I feel like it's forced.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like if this wasn't something that I just like doing, I would feel like it was forced and I wouldn't really want to
And
do it.
it feels like a job.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it like a
saying? Like,
task.
I
Like I
don't want to do
really
this
don't want
shit.
to exactly.
Yes.
And this is why I say it's always big in business to do what you're passionate about because again, It's not work.
So that's your tip.
Chase your passion. Don't chase money, chase your passion. And if you don't know what your passion is, figure it out. Because your passion is gonna grow with you.
Get it out, baby.
I'm thinking of the
Get
word. Be quiet. Your passion is seriously though. If you think about it, like,
no, I agree.
It's in you. It's not something you got to think about. It's not something you got to learn. You don't have to learn how to be you. And that's your passion. Like, your passion is a part of you. I don't have to go to school for that. I mean, of course, if you like a therapist, a lawyer, a doctor, and you need a state license, but nobody can teach you how to be you with your passion.
It's just finding your passion. But it's also okay to have a business just for your monetary business, make money. But like I said,
but if it's not a patent, no,
it will feel like work.
But
it's
and
work.
I know, okay, so because I've seen people that are therapists. I want a private practice, and I'll be like, okay, go get it, because they look at me and they like it's easy, and then they get into it like, oh, it's not as easy as you think, because you're just looking at the money. But you're okay. You may be a phenomenal therapist, but not have any business sense. It's night and day. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta know what your path. See, running a business is not work for me. Negotiating, getting like that's not work for me. I could do that with my eyes closed. And that's what I'm saying. You gotta know what you are passionate about.
Yes. Which, damn, you cut me off. And then let me,
because you keep cutting me off, but I'll let you go. The floor is all yours.
Because it's two types of lane. It's two lanes. You got the passion lane and you just got the money lane, which is okay to be in the money lane, but it's gonna feel like work. When you in the passion lane, it doesn't feel like work. You enjoying it. You enjoying everything. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you
this. It's two lanes, but it's two different feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say, which ones do you think is going to cause stress, longevity of life? Your passion or money?
The money. It's chasing the money, because that's going to cause, because it's a job. It's going, and for me, for working majority of my life, it's working, forced to work for the money, and it's stressful. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's having the passion and enjoying what you're doing and just getting paid as just a bonus is much more easier, stress-free. You know what I'm saying? She got quiet because she's all in her emails again.
It's an important email, but go ahead.
I already said what I said. You wasn't listening?
No. Can you say it again?
No. But that's about purpose and business. It's two different lanes in it. You could thrive in either. What you said. You could thrive in either lane. Choose your lane, but it comes with, I ain't gonna say, I guess it comes with
the cons. It comes with the cost.
Yeah, it's come with a cost. So, you know what
I'm saying? I guess you could do either or. But I would say my business tip is pursue your passion.
That's you gonna wrap that up on that? Pursue your passion.
I'm finished.
And I hope this gave you a little more enlightenment on how to find your passion. If you still lost
your purpose,
passion, wouldn't that be the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay then. So if you still lost, you might have to Google it, or oh, my bad. Seek God, because God will give you the straight direction to your purpose and your passion. But if you don't want to go that route, you might still be searching like me. Until next time, y'all can find us on all social medias. I'm GrindFace. You can find her where?
Everything Saniyyah Mayo.
And we're gonna wrap this episode up. Go ahead. You do the outro. We're gonna start letting you do the outro since I do the intro. Give us an outro so we can close out.
Until next time, as I always say, continue to break cycles.
Peace.